All right, y'all. I just wanted to go ahead and make a quick video about appliances. I had somebody to ask me a question, and it prompted me to make a video about this stuff. Now, this Whirlpool, I haven't had it that long. I can't specify the exact years that I've had it, but it ain't been long. And when I say long, I can say it's probably hadn't been, I'll say 8 years. No, I can't even say 8 years because I was at the other spot for 8 years. And I know I didn't have this washing machine the whole time. So I want to say around 5 or 6 years that I've had this. And I think this is one of the brands that they said that has been bought out by another company. So it's not the original people. And for the most part, Whirlpool used to be known as one of those great brands, standby brands. Now, to be honest, my grandparents never had anything like a Whirlpool, I don't think. And it's crazy when you don't know the names of an appliance. But one thing I will say is one appliance that I do know that they probably don't make washers and dryers, but they that they kept for a long time was Frigidaire. And I know that I'm gonna go all over the place with these appliances. Now I just now replaced a deep freezer. It probably had been gone maybe 2 or 3 years. But like I said, it was replaced from it being a Frigidaire. And I know that Frigidaire was around before I was born. So that was probably before the 70s. So it took a long time for that deep freezer to break down. But I'm gonna come back to speaking on these washers and dryers. Now, the older models, you can get away with them. You can keep those for a while. And the person that I commented to, I let them know that I let go of a Maytag that I bought used, and it was probably, I think I looked it up, and it was probably from the 1960s. Now the guy that I bought it from, he's no longer alive, and I think I bought more than one thing from him, but regardless, he used to work on them. So what I'm trying to put out here is that Maytag, I probably got it repaired one good time, actually taking it down to the appliance place, and they repaired it, and it came back to life. I think it was the motor had gone out. And I just recently, within the last little bit over a year, got rid of that washing machine because I didn't get rid of it when what happened was you tell these young people not to put a whole lot of heavy stuff in the washing machine, but sometimes they're hard-headed. And that's what I've learned from the old heads too. My granny used to say, don't put no whole lot of heavy stuff in that washing machine. Don't tear my washing machine up. So one thing I will throw in here when it comes to that, I learned from somebody that was in my age bracket that it lined up with what my grandmama was saying. She told me one time, and it's been a while ago when she told me that, we was having a conversation. She said, I don't put jeans. See, she says she doesn't wash her jeans at all in the washing machine. She takes them to the laundromat. So that can make a difference too. And my grandmama used to say, don't put no whole lot of jeans in the washing machine at one time. Break them down into smaller loads. And sometimes you be hard-headed. But for the most part, I learned, especially men's jeans are a lot heavier than women's jeans. So anyway, the main thing that I wanted to say is that Maytag washing machine that I had and that I got rid of, and I regretted it because what it was, it had just came apart. That's really what was wrong with it. And that's why I really regret listening to, especially the younger people. Mama, you need to get rid of that. Mama, go ahead and get rid of that. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody else that didn't know what they was talking about, putting it in the garage and not using it. And all I had to do was get it repaired. And it, like I said, it was just the body part of the washing machine. The machine was still working, but it had just came apart at the seams where it was probably moving. And once again, it wasn't balanced out probably, and that's what made it rock, because that washing machine didn't have a habit of rocking back and forth, which I know a lot of people have washing machines where it's imbalanced. You have to make sure you balance those clothes out too. But yeah, I just wanted to speak on that I've talked to experts over the years, and they'll tell you that a lot of these new appliances, they don't hold up. Like they make them where they start messing up after the warranties. And I've even dealt with that with televisions. I've talked to people that worked on televisions for years. You know what I'm saying? So I make it my best to listen to those people that actually repair things. And this washing machine, I took a picture of it. The guy down at the appliance place said, "Oh, send me a picture." As soon as I sent him a picture, he was like, "Oh no, we don't work on those." He was like, "Those, they not worth fixing." And then I think also he might have said it's hard to find what it takes to replace the stuff. So that's another thing that you'll run into. But yeah, if you can find, because a lot of what I can say is, like I said, I had that Maytag for at least 20, really over 20 years. And like I said, I had to take it to the repair place one time, and I had to take it apart one time, the back part, take this part right here off, and I fixed it one time. But then, like I said, the time that I had to take it to the appliance place, it had to do with the motor. Now, the thing that I was dealing with when I took it off and played around with it, it was probably like a switch that had gotten stuck, and it wasn't popping back out right. And then also, let me throw in with those big, more so professional washing machines that's more like the washing machines that they have in the laundromats. I was tempted a while back to buy at least a washing machine, because I'm not really big on the dryers. I use dryers, but I don't have to have that certain model when it comes to a dryer, because as long as it gets hot and dries the clothes, I'm good. And that's another appliance that I can deal with on using the older models. So the thing about it is, when you find out from these experts, but this came from somebody personal. They told me that their auntie had bought one of those large washing machines and dryer sets, and it cost about $400. The circuit board went out, and it cost at least four going on $500, and that's been a few years ago. And what she told me that her aunt did was she gave that washing machine to somebody else in her family, and went on and got her an older the old style washing machine. So like I said, I was tempted. I've seen plenty of them at times where I could have gotten them brand new, or even gotten them from secondhand places or whatnot, that they looked like they was in good condition. But I just decided not to go. I decided to listen. So anyway, for the most part, y'all got to do y'all research on this stuff, because like I said, this one right here, and I'm going to pause it and go to the model so you can see the make and model of this one. There goes the make and model with anyway, everything that you need to see. And from the most part, let me pause it again. For the most part, I went in and I tried to reset this one. And when I did try to reset it, I finally got to the point where I was able to attempt to reset it, but I hear this buzz going off when all of the codes come in, the lights, because right here is where the lights light up, and when you do the codes, these lights right here will start flashing and going down, and doing a code, a special code. So I was able to get that to actually bring that up, but every time it finishes, it goes to this buzz, and the thing that's not working on this machine is the spinning cycle. So, and I already had a feeling that when I bought this machine, this is when one of my children messed up the other machine, and I told them they was going to have to help replace it. See, that's how you got to teach them to not do things that's going to mess up things like that. So I just had a feeling that this washing machine, because it's more digital. See, the other washing machines that I dealt with, they were just the regular manual, spin, and you would hear it click when you turn the knob. And I'll probably go back to those. I'll probably try to get me another older model washing machine, because like I said, they hold up. You can't beat over 20 years that you buy a washing machine that was made decades before, and just a couple of times that you had to do some mechanical work on it. So anyway, I just wanted to throw that out here about these washing machines. And the other thing that I'm going to say, as far as when I was looking up on how to reset this washing machine, there was so, and there was several videos on this same model washing machine. And there's so many people that that say that they have a problem with these washing machines. So I just wanted to make a note of that too. But you really have to do your due diligence and research. Ask the experts, especially somebody that repairs the washing machines and dryers, that you feel like you can trust their word. Because like I said, I'm gonna have to get out here and buy me another one. And I've only had less than 5 washing machines my whole entire adult life. And then the washing machine that my grandmother them had bought, they bought it back in the 80s. She didn't have to replace it until just a few years back. And I'll say, she's gone now. She's been gone for 5 going on 6 years before she passed away. I think it was recent, in those recent years, like maybe somewhere in the 20 teens, that she had to buy a new washing machine. And also the same thing with her refrigerator. That refrigerator had been around for a long time, and she only had to replace it one time, and it's still over there now. Don't know how long that one is going to last. But just like I said before, the deep freezer that they had, and she used that deep freezer, filled it up with food and rotated it. That was here before I was born. So, I just wanted to throw that out here on people that's coming across some of these brands. You have to do your research and look these brands up to see if they've changed owners, because that's some of the issues that do happen. And you come across that they're not the same. They're not as good as they used to be, just because of them changing over to different owners. So all right, I'm gonna end it on that. Appreciate you all watching my content, and please like, comment, and subscribe and share. All right.